Okay, good morning guys, Unfrequented World, and I got an email this morning from North Bay Mitsubishi which looked like it was an invoice for the work that they did to my car. I'll show you guys that right now. As you can see, I'll just cover my VIN numbers and everything. This is my bill. However, if we look on the first line, it says job number, 1 charges, and then underneath is labor. And you'll see it says 0.5 tech hours under warranty. Battery reset program completed as per TSB, Technical Service Bulletin. Correction completed op code, and then there's a code, and then it says 00000 is the charges. So they're not going to charge me for the battery. Is this the only bill I'm getting? Have they submitted this to Mitsubishi as a 0.5 hour charge? They told me it's a 6-hour procedure to do all the battery resets and everything, and that was their issue. They didn't know who to charge. But they've sent me this bill. So this opens up a whole bunch of questions for me. And I actually called Mitsubishi, and Don, the service manager, is on holiday this week, so I couldn't get any answers. We're going to have to wait. But this, to me, doesn't answer my question. Have they submitted everything and we're told not to charge me, and this is the bill they're giving me? Or is this just part of more bills to come? You know, are they going to say on top of this TSB that there was extra work they had to do and I'll get a bill for that? Or no, it's all zero. I'm assuming it's all zero, or they wouldn't have sent me this, because they said until it was finalized I wouldn't get an invoice. My problem here now is this doesn't have the 6.5 hours on here, so I'm a little confused. Secondly, then I now have to go back to Don and say, okay, so if they've decided that they're not going to charge me for this visit here and the work you guys did to reset my BMU and do the DB cam, does that mean, as he stated last time, he said that they would honor the warranty of the vehicle? He said that they were going to be resetting my battery. I said, does that mean you're going to reset the battery? And he said, yes. Well, how often are you going to reset the battery, Don? I need to know. Does this, whenever I need it done, every 6 months, once a year? What is the reset time going to be for this? Because that's what we want to know. And are any Canadians eligible for this? Is this just my per case resolution, or is this everyone's resolution? We need to know this. And I know that they can't speak for other dealerships and whatnot, so I'm putting them in a tough spot, but that's what I'm going to be asking him. Okay, and today is June 29th, and in more bad news, I hooked up the dog this morning. I haven't checked it in about 4 days, and we've got a 0.5 amp hour drop. So why all of a sudden when I get this huge amp hour drop? Now, I have been using the air conditioning a couple of times. I went out of town on a couple long drives, so I guess that could be the factor there, as people online were telling me. I had not used the air conditioning until this week. And there's my new total, 37.5. Okay, in other news, I just wanted to report an article that I found online from phys.org news. This is a 2018 article, and this nicely sums up all of the past Mitsubishi scandal that's been generated worldwide. Very briefly, I want to read this to you guys because I want to give you some thoughts on where I'm going with this battery thing here. Mitsubishi Motors scandal hit third wheel and Goshen alliance. So, Mitsubishi Motors is sometimes a forgotten partner in the three-way alliance with Nissan and Renault that dominate the global auto industry. But the Japanese firm has a colorful and scandal-hit history. Scandal follows scandal. Founded in 1970, the Tokyo-based firm has found itself on the brink of the scrapyard following massive corporate scandals. In 2000, Mitsubishi Motors was forced to confess it had failed to inform the authorities about at least 64,000 customer complaints over faulty vehicles since 1977, opting to repair the vehicles itself instead of issuing costly model-wide recalls. 4 years later, the scandal broadened. As it emerged, the firm had also covered up faults in 160,000 passenger cars and failed to declare a full recall. The scandal had a major impact on Mitsubishi's domestic car sales and stock prices. Trust in the firm was shattered. Then in 2016, another scandal broke. The firm had been cheating on fuel efficiency tests on cars for home market for the past 25 years to make them appear more green. This scandal affected hundreds of thousands of cars. Then I briefly just want to jump over to an article from autoguide.com, and this is about the fuel economy scandal from 2016. Mitsubishi caught lying about fuel economy on 8 more models. Why is this article important? Because it specifically mentions the Outlander. Japan's Transport Ministry has announced that 8 more models sold by Mitsubishi have overstated fuel economy figures and has ordered to stop domestic sales of those 8 models. This is the second such order in the past few months, with the ministry saying that its investigation found the fuel economy on various models, including the Pajero, Outlander, and RVR, were lower than what's advertised. Our investigation confirms that fuel economy on 8 models were as much as 8.8% and on average 4.2% lower than advertised. When the Mitsubishi fuel economy scandal first broke, the automaker admitted to using unapproved methods to calculate mileage for 25 years, adding that it's also used estimates rather than data from actual tests to calculate fuel economy from its compact vehicles. Domestic sales have tumbled for Mitsubishi in Japan following stop sale orders by the government and expects to post a loss for the first time in 8 years. As a result of the scandal, Nissan agreed to buy a controlling 1/3 stake for $2.2 billion. So where is Gary going with this? I'm going in one very straight direction. I feel that as a consumer, I was lied to about the fuel economy of this vehicle. Why is that? Because they state 35 kilometers per charge with this vehicle. Nowhere do they tell you that over time you're going to get less than that substantially. So within 1 year, my experience, my car dropped down to 33.6 amp hours before the first retooling they did. And I was getting about 10 kilometers less than when I bought it. So I lost 10 kilometers every charge that I'm getting out of that battery. Now, it could be argued that yes, we can actually achieve more than 35 kilometers per charge. However, you have to drive at a rate that is actually lower than the posted speed limit most of the time, and you just have to be very conscientious to get that. If you're towing anything, or if you have winter tires on there, or if you have all of your family in the car, you have the air conditioning on, or if you have the heat on, you're going to be right around what they're telling you you're going to get. And then after a year, you're going to get 10 kilometers less than what they're telling you. So I absolutely feel justified in saying, hey, nobody explained to us that when you buy this brand new vehicle, these are the numbers you're going to get. Within a year, you're going to get this. Within 2 years, you're going to be down again, presumably another 10 kilometers. Where does it stop? So I just wanted to throw those articles in there to show you guys. As I mentioned before, when we talked about Volkswagen and the TDI scandal, I said don't put it past a big corporate conglomerate like Mitsubishi to lie to people. There's some basic proofs for you guys. You can go and do all the investigation you want on your own. It's well-known published stuff. They have a track record of lying to consumers. And the bottom line is, I don't feel that they're going to come out with a fix for this vehicle. This vehicle has been on the market for 5 years, sold worldwide, and it is a known issue whether they want to admit it or not. And I don't feel that they're going to come out with a fix for this. So I'm really torn as to what to do moving forward, because at this point, I'm almost like, with the 0.5 amp hour drop that I saw today, that was kind of like the most disheartening moment of here we go again. If this keeps up, this battery could be right back to where it was in a matter of a month or two. So the reset doesn't actually give you that full year of time that we think it does, or that I thought it did. So, you know, if we go in and get the reset and 2 months later, you're right back down to 33 amp hours, how does that make me feel? It makes me feel very frustrated and angry. And I do not have the time to keep bringing this vehicle back in for a full day's service every time I get down to that 33 amp hour level. So I feel like I've been lied to, and I feel like kind of hopeless, like there isn't a fix, and I don't think there's going to be a fix. So stay tuned, guys. I don't know where this is going.